What's going on? What's up? It's your boy, Jamar Jones, the host of the Forever podcast. And man, I'm in a little bit of at a loss for words right now because as you can see in the background, it's going down. We're live at the Fiserv Forum and we're doing a podcast on the go. So you're going to hear some amazing people here today, our panelists. You're going to hear some of the people that got to attend this conference, and it's going to be a special podcast because this has been an event that has really been so much work to put into what it is today, and it's just incredible to have so many amazing people and partners and relationships and everybody in the same room, because it's like contagious. Like this type of people that are here, it's phenomenal. I can't wait to share this with everybody, where people can experience and hear little tastes of what this event is, and really just share this story. We're working on a documentary about this whole experience. So like this is like mind-blowing. I mean, I got to perform with my boy Russ McCammon for having performed with him for like 10 years. So it's like it's surreal. Like everything that we've put into this has just been the grit, the grind, the hustle, tears. It's been quite a journey. And what you're going to listen to from everybody else that sat here today is really about the experience. And entertainment is all about experience. And that's something that we want to definitely have other people take where they want to go and have an experience every single place that they touch, because that is the key, to real communication is that experience level that they can grow from and relate to for other people. So there's a lot going on even behind the camera right now. There's a lot of energy, just metaverse area, gaming area. You got a 360 booth. You got nonprofit organizations here with their table. You got other podcasts. You have just a conglomerate of experience. And this has just been incredible to really put this on, show what we're capable of, what we can do when we all do this together, when we all lead the movement together. So enjoy this podcast, enjoy the other people that have graced these mics, as we got some power players here. And if you're ever curious about getting involved and getting engaged with what we have going on, definitely reach out to us at Foureva Media. That's Foureva, and it's on all social media platforms. Definitely reach out. We'll reach back, and we'll create some magic. So watch the documentary for my real breakdown of my feelings and all that stuff that I'm going through in my head. So it's crazy. It's crazy. People on video, they get to see this giant jumbotron behind me, and yeah, special moment. Special moment. Enjoy.
Hey, what's happening, people? We are live on set for Lead the Movement Business Conference 2022 here at the Fat Fiserv Forum, home of our world champion Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm here flanked with a couple of rock stars. To my left, I got Danny. To my right, I got Jarrett. And to my further right, with the red cap on, I got Dr. Joe. We want to just give you guys a little bit of a recap of some of the things we talked about and just share a couple things with you all so you can get a quick taste of how we just killed our panel discussion. Because my man got to bounce, I'm starting to my left. I'll go with Danny. Danny, you want to give us a quick recap of what you talked about from the esports perspective and takeaways that you wanted the audience to be able to capture and implement immediately?
Yeah, understanding the actual metrics of the industry growing at an exponential rate.
understanding from a perspective of corporations looking to be able to engage with that of the industry in an authentic manner by tapping into the actual development of gamers that are looking to be able to take their skill sets from a gaming and make them applicable to any industry, but most importantly, being actual supported by organizations and institutions that actively are just not looking at them as an opportunity to sell them products and services, but really trying to help develop them from a pipeline talent perspective, because these organizations are actively looking at being able to look at the skill sets of an animator or a graphic designer or a game developer and really giving them a pipeline so therefore they can be successful, which ultimately engages and actually increases the development of the industry, so therefore it can impact parents and educators across the globe.
Excellent, excellent. Jerry, going back around the corner to my right, former Super Bowl champion with us. He'll always be a Super Bowl champion, former player with the Packers, forever Super Bowl champion in perpetuity. My bag, excuse the verbal faux pas. Share a little bit about the whole motivational piece and how you transition from world-class athlete to world-class motivator.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the gift that God has given me is to definitely inspire. Inspiration has definitely led me in a great direction. Understanding that as a child, I felt like reaching the NFL wasn't attainable, and I think I just walked with the chip on my shoulder, knowing that hey, I can make it. And I think that with that self-belief, God has given me the gift and just the platform to share that ripple effect and to instill belief and to share my story into other kids, whether it's adults, whether it's a business that's just in a funk, and again, just provide that inspiration, share some of my stories, and again, redefining what failure is and not letting the failure define you.
Excellent, excellent. Dr. Joe, the branding genius. Hey, can you share with us what is branding and what are some of the keys that individuals and organizations can implement to amplify their brand?
Yeah. The way that well, first let me just say this. It's been an honor to be on the panel with everybody, getting to know everybody, finding out that I might even have, some family right here. So,
Small word, a small word.
But no, when I think about branding, like I was sharing, is when people say your name, right, what are they thinking, right? Whether you're an individual, whether you're an organization, because a lot of times what happens is an organization will think that folks are looking at them one way, but in reality, they're like, I don't know about that organization. Yeah. Or individuals the same way, right? And so when people say your name, what are they talking about, right? Are they saying, I want to work with that individual, or I want that individual on my team? And so branding for me is all about when people say a name, and I said it for the third time, when they say your name, what are they thinking and feeling?
Powerful. Before you bounce, Danny, you had talked about esports and the whole merging and fusion of gaming and meta and the encroachment of technology. As far as education is concerned, how can educators be able to transpose gaming and kids' manual dexterity as well as coding and all that kind of stuff into STEAM careers, math, all this kind of stuff, taking the fun and applying it to educational endeavors?
Yeah, for sure. When you see a Booga on stage and win $3 million, it's just like the event that we just attended, right? There's a production element, there's spectators, there's actual systems that are being used, there's videographers, there's photographers. All of these are skill sets that can be developed in high school, in middle school, in college. And so actively leveraging the opportunity for students to understand that esports and gaming is 90% software based. So learning Adobe Photoshop or learning Premiere to create content. Some of the largest esports pro organizations are multimedia companies by far, right? So in this instance, they're looking for content creators. And if you can create content and leverage animations and graphics and make your actual story that much more prolific by way of content, that is a hireable job that is some company, no matter what industry, is looking for when it comes down to showcasing their brand in the most authentic way.
Can I just say before, because I know you got to leave, so I just got to share with you that one, it's an honor to meet you, because in the space that you're in, I don't think I've spoken to anybody that looks like me that's in that space, right? And what it tells me is that he's looking towards the future, right? He's looking like what's getting ready to happen that a lot of people don't know. And you're putting it in spaces where traditional education, they don't even know that they should be teaching it. So I just want to say thank you, Lyle.
Thank you, my man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And with your age too, man.
Yeah.
Hey, kudos, dude. I mean, hey, 32, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
for sure.
hey, keep building.
Yeah, I'm learning from you guys, man. It was an honor to be here. I did research on you guys, and that gave me that confidence that I can be at the table with you guys. And I think that's the same type of energy that I want to give to the 16-year-old or the 14-year-old to know that they can be in the same opportunity just as much. They just have to apply themselves and really be able to be vulnerable in regards to learning skill set that they may not think that they can conquer, but understanding that they actually ask someone that can teach them and train them and be, a student of the game, then you actively can be able to add a value to a billion plus industry that is coming up the pipeline. And if you miss it, you miss it.
That's right. With that said, can I borrow $100?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sure. Right.
If I could touch back on the, you're giving them a pathway too. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Giving them some direction besides his sports, right?
Yeah,
for
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great idea. It's a great foundation that you're giving some of the young bucks.
For sure.
And it's different, right? It's giving something again for those Gen Zers.
Yeah. Everybody's not going to be the Jarretts,
I know it.
There's a lot of individuals that, have skill sets outside of the actual basketball gym or the football field. We're living in an opportunity right now where technology is very, very apparent. That allows individuals to be able to, feed their families, and teaching individuals so they don't be scared of it.
Right.
It's very important.
So what are you saying as we wrap up here? We're getting the signal from our producer that we're a little bit long with it, so you can tell our panel was lit. This is carryover from that all overflow. Thank you all again. If you weren't able to make it this year, you got to come back next year to the Lead the Movement Business Conference. And before I go, I want the guys to just share where you can reach them, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. So in like 10 seconds, guys, can you share where folks can reach you if they want to go ahead and bring you into the organization to rock with them?
You can find me easy. Workwithdrjoe.com, at Joe Johnson Speaks on Instagram. Looking forward to hearing from you.
You can find me at JarrettBushMotivates.com. You can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Just type the name in. See you soon.
And you can find me at drm2.gg. You can find as much as you want in regards to the esports industry, as well as LinkedIn. Thank you.
My website is under reconstruction. I'm doing a rebrand for you all, but I can be found on LinkedIn simply at Tim McMurtry. You can catch me on Instagram at Mr. Timspiration, or you can check out my podcast at The Communication Guru Podcast, The Communication Guru Podcast, The Communication Guru Podcast. That is all for us. Thanks again for listening and watching. Reach out to us, hit us up, bring us into your organization and help you go to the next level.
Thank you.
Bam.
Peace.
All right. Welcome to our Forever Media sub-podcast.
We're back.
Show.
And forever.
Where today we're going to be talking about, I want to talk about monetization of creativity. Yvette was mentioning this earlier. I think mixing art and business is a very tricky space to navigate. It's very easy to get pulled all the way to the business side or all the way to the art side, but as a lot of us have realized, the sweet spot is in the middle. So I would love to just hear maybe monetization strategies, routes, avenues, pitfalls, anything we want to crack open there. I think is a recurring struggle for creators, artists, or even business folk of any kind. But it's got to be a practical piece of the conversation. You can't just create forever and spend more time, more money, more energy. So how do we make this get some ROI? How do we make it sustainable?
Back in the day, an artist had a manager, and that manager knew and the artist created. In today's age, everybody is a creator, even a person that wants a job. They have to create the video to get themselves the job now. There are not that many in-person interviews. That is a way of getting monetized, right? Mm-hmm. You get the job, but we got to think beyond that. We got to be able to charge people. We got to understand our value and be able to charge people for that. I don't know how the systems with YouTube work, but I know we got a lot of content. Put my stuff on YouTube and get the numbers up enough that I know that there will be some revenue generation, but it can't be, where's my money the next day. This is building.
Yep.
And it is what we were talking about earlier about after somebody's career is over, what do? You put yourself in a position where you monetize your own content. You find a way to bring the dollars back to you.
I feel like Charles Barkley right now, like we're at the at Game 6 of the NBA Finals. This is amazing.
Nice, isn't it?
You guys said podcast. I'm like, oh, in my mind, we're doing the halftime show right now.
Yes.
So we were just, before we turned on the mics, we were talking about kind of, for lack of a better term, people that are kind of at the latter part of their career in the entertainment industry. And I think something that you're seeing right now too is remonetization. It's not always about creating new content, right? It's about going in the archives and grabbing that stuff that made you who you are. Or even like, for instance, like one of the things, the coolest story I think ever for me in the music world is Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt, went platinum 10 years after it came out, okay? And they went and did a whole tour for Reasonable Doubt 10 years after the album because he'd gained so much popularity. People were like, we want that content. Now as a creative, we always want brand new, what's new. But from the monetization standpoint, I think sometimes you got to dig back into the archives and explore different options of how to remonetize old stuff. Because it's like anything, it's old to me, but if you just found out who I was on social media, it's new to you. So that's kind of what I've been doing a lot of the time. I'm finding old stuff that I used to do and behind the scenes clips and things like that, and I'm adding them to what my Philly Facts segment where I talk about the industry, and it shows people what I used to do. So if you think I just shoot big celebrities, no, I was shooting my friends in the backyard wrestling, So that stuff, and people love it. It's gold. You can never have that same beginning moment ever again. So that's a great way for me to monetize. Look back at what you already have. It's not always about creating new.
I love that. What about for smaller platforms? Like we have, it's very clear lanes like in big, like music industry, movie industry, but there's these social and these micro niche platforms popping up, like TikTok, YouTube, and people are making a living entirely off of this. How do creators approach that conversation?
They're making money behind the scenes, but it's not through the creator fund that people think like, oh, you're making money on the creator fund on TikTok. It's a thing, but you don't want to be in it because they will throttle your views. They'll suppress you because now they don't want to pay you all this money. They're not going to give you that exposure. The only reason it makes sense to be in the creator fund is if you're regularly getting over 100,000 views per video. That's the only way that it's financially helpful. Otherwise, you're making like $50 here. I joined it, I left it, I joined it, I left it, I joined it a third time. I was like, let's just see. And I was like, no, this every time I joined it, suppressed views. Every time.
So how are you making money promoting other people?
So
did they pay you?
It's a lot of things behind the scenes. Yeah. So of course, like I want to support local and I want to get those brands out there and help them and do that. But if you want to jump the line of what my content I'm trying to figure out how to make, if you want to jump the line, then you pay me on the side.
Got you.
But the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, is a real thing for social media content creators. I have to follow the rules. So I have to disclose when people pay me. I have to disclose when I get free tickets to things. I have to disclose when someone sends me a t-shirt and I wear it in a video. That's why I don't ask for freebies, because it's such a hassle to include it in the content.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
A lot of people just don't care about FTC. They're like, oh, what? I got 1 million followers. Who's going to come after me? The social media police? People do come after me eventually. And you left that out there. As people figure that out, they can come back to you for that old content that's still out there.
Yeah, later.
I'm out of here.
Reel it in.
We just did a segment.
1 minute. So.
Okay,
go ahead.
I was going to say, we just did a segment on our Moby content about churches and trademarks and what they can't even replay their sermons freely.
Wow.
They can do anything they want in their church. Once they put it on social media, or even if their congregation puts it on social media, they are subject to review and to pay somebody.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot today. I mean, in closing, we have 30 seconds left.
Yeah, no, I think we've hit in this monetization route, monetizing your content itself, remonetizing existing content, repurposing and reshaping it in a different way. And the last piece that I know has been key, and you mentioned this earlier today in the conference, owning your assets and owning a business, that you can use content and use this creativity as a bridge to bring people to an offer, a business or a service you own. And that is hands down the best way to monetize.
Don't let somebody else make money off of what you're working on.
How can people find us on social?
Oh.
Or online in general?
Okay, so I'm online. It's Yvette Moyo. And if you want me for the magazine, if you want me for the venue, if you want me for the conference, if you want to create a conference, you want a platform, I'm Yvette Moyo. Simple.
Philly Flyboy, all one word, no caps, no spaces. Philly Flyboy, all spelled correctly on all social platforms. You can just Google it. Instagram's the best way to get a hold of me.
JMatt MKE, JMatt MKE, or the word hashtag MKE.
Travis Lachner. Find me on LinkedIn, Travis, Lachner. That's it. Thank you for joining the Lead the Movement Micro Podcast.
Forever.
Ever.
What a fun panel that was, huh?
Yeah,
we share so many things in common, so passionate about all these topics, and really trying to make a difference of diversity in tech.
I liked how we all gelled and we meshed, and I think our pre-gaming efforts helped. But I'm just gonna say I'm really humbled to be on this panel, and I think, again, like I mentioned on stage, I meant it. Divine design, change your circle, change your life, and I can't wait to partner and collaborate with all of you in the future.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna follow through. We're gonna follow through.
How did it feel today?
And even it was great to be with all of you. Even our panel was completely diverse, right? Because we all come from different backgrounds.
Absolutely. Yes.
From different
Walks
we
of
grew
life.
up in different perhaps cities, even myself in a different country.
Yes.
So it's crazy, lead the movement. It's we welcome people that are completely different than the way we are,
Right.
how we grew up,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And we engage with them, and we collaborate with them, and we make things work.
It's that connection, that connection.
The thing about panels that I just love is obviously you get to talk about things that you're passionate about, but you get to learn so much about each of the other panelists. And I've always stayed in contact and connected with everyone because I've learned so much from them over the course of an hour conversation, really.
Yeah, I love that about connecting with people. It's like, I want to hear your journey. I want to hear your story. What are you passionate about? I think in my role as a chief diversity officer, you have to love people to do what I do. I mean, if you don't like people, don't be in this role, because it's all about people. It's all about culture. It's all about loving the different variations of community and culture. And so I love that. And also being, a woman, a Black woman, and a openly lesbian woman, even my own journey and my own story in culture is unique unto itself. And so I love to hear and connect with everyone. And it was so amazing being on that panel with all of you. We are friends for life.
Yes.
Forever. Don't try to get rid of me, because I'm not going away.
No, you're not going anywhere.
Part was the tangible takeaway.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the notes that were being taken?
Oh, yeah.
You guys see that whether you were a leader or if you were working in an organization, you felt empowered after the session today.
Yeah, I love the question. It was like, I'm going to reach out to all of you. I was like, keep us accountable. We're all saying reach out. So when you do, we will respond.
The thing I love about panels like this is we all have jobs. We all have a day job. But conferences like this and speaking at conferences like this is sort of above all of that. Can you bring a higher self? Can you do something good for the community or someone in the audience? And to me, that's...
And you bring hope.
Yeah.
Yes,
that lady over there,
absolutely.
she had hope.
Yeah. That we're all going to help her.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really hard not to get up out of my chair and go give her a business.
Or a hug. You're going to give her a hug.
And she always going to get the love.
Yeah. Right.
Also,
Yeah.
just saying hey, we're credible resources, but here's a resource. This
Right.
is what you asked for. This is where you can get started.
I right away in my mind thought grant writers. Who can I get her in touch with for grants? She obviously, whatever mission she's on, there's grant writers, and I know quite a few in my network that already not only am I going to want to help, but then get others to engage for her and help her as well.
I guarantee
I need that list of grant writers too.
I can't write them, but I will tell you who can.
I guarantee you, each one of you, including myself, have messages on our phone right now from people in that audience reaching out to want to learn more, and it's up to us to be accountable, to mentor, to share, and to give back as they did for us.
You don't get to be in positions like ours and stop. You have to reach back and bring people forward. that is what you do. And I love that I was able to join a group of individuals today that are passionate about giving back and giving to the communities that matter.
I want to hear everybody's word for today. What's your word for today, Candace?
My word for the day, authentic.
Mine is inspired.
Mine is passion.
Definitely altruism.
Real. I mean, everything that we talked about today was real. This is who we are, and this is what we love to do.
And I feel like we have, you know, as you were saying, Vanessa, we're so lucky already that we really need to share these with the people out there, you know, with the Hispanic community, with the Black community, with people suffering from mental health illness. We have to do it. Like it's in our hands. We are so really lucky to be in this position.
We're humbled by the positions that we're in and being on this panel today, but we owe it to them to follow through.
Absolutely. And the one thing we didn't dig into on the panel, which I just want to touch upon here, is how we show up in the community with people with disabilities, invisible disabilities.
Great point.
We just recently launched our disability community resource group at Vayner called Vayabilities. And I'm so proud to have been part of the team that launched that, because it's going to elevate opportunities for not only the employees that we currently have that have invisible disabilities, but the people that we bring in. We're going to be better company by making sure that we're showing up and supporting people with disabilities and finding, you know, they want to work. They want to be a productive part of society, and oftentimes they're not provided the support and resources that are needed for them to be productive citizens. And so I'm really, really proud of the fact that we've done that and the work that's, you know, to come as an organization.
Involve us. Wrap us into that. I'd love to be involved.
Yes.
Absolutely. And let's not forget Jamar and Randy.
Oh,
without
Jamar. What a great conference you guys
we
are
would
doing.
not be here today.
If it was, yes.
All of our. I mean, think about that. If we had never met, I mean, oh my gosh, my life has changed as a result of meeting you guys.
Absolutely.
So give them a shot.
And I have to tell you, that's the power of LinkedIn. Jamar and I met on LinkedIn. Scheduled time to talk, which led me to be here with all these amazing people today. So the power of networking, building your community is important.
Yes.
And this is a testament to that.
And finding that connection. Randy did the same thing for me, and you know, he supported my book, got me on another podcast, followed up with me after he read the book. He's like, girl, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, it's just to have that support though,
Absolutely.
right? Someone to say you did it and you're rocking it and I'm proud of you. How many of us hear that on a daily? You're just so busy at work that you forget to pat yourself on the back. Right. So kudos to all of us, right?
I think one of the cool things is I met JMatt through Instagram. And so for almost the past 7 years, we were just liking each other's posts, anything in multimedia. And then for this opportunity to come up, it was huge to even see him perform, hear about the touring vocal cord. I'm like, I walked up to him, I said, so you're just going to perform and then do a keynote? Give me a couple of minutes. So it's so much talent, and it's a diverse palette of flavor in here today. I'm loving it.
I purely met him by chance. I went to a conference to see someone else speak, and Jamar spoke first, and I was totally blown away. Totally moved by him. Also, my other friend did pretty well as well, but I remember Jamar from that conference.
So if you're not at this conference, Lead the Movement, this year in 2022, you better be here for 2023.
There will be another one, I guarantee.
Mic drop.
Yes.
I think that's a great way to, you know, yeah, we need that little buzzer. Awesome. All right. Well, this is Candace Sanchez. You can find me at www.candacesanchez.com. Author, podcast host, motivational speaker, life coach. Hit me up.
Yes. You can find me. My name is Vanessa Vining. You can find me on LinkedIn under Vanessa Vining or at Van Vining on my social handles. I am a D&I transformer. I am a transformational coach, and I am a excellent professional mentor.
Hey!
My new mentor. This is Marcela Lopez from Mexico. You can find me on LinkedIn as Marcela Lopez Lozano.
Hey guys, it's Montreal. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter, www.housecallwi.com. When you sign up, it's going to come right to my watch. What's up?
All right, Tim Dickson at LinkedIn and at Dickson Tim and Twitter. And I'm a full-time CIO during the day, but I love to give back to the community. Hashtag pay it forward, coach and mentor, both inside and outside of work. So you need help?
LTM.
Hashtag LTM.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was great. Oh my God. We could do this all day.
Boom.
Guys, I had so much fun on that panel with you. It went by way too quick.
Yeah,
way too quick.
I love the dialogue. I love the commentary. We should start our own show. The four of us.
I think this is the start right here.
Great.
Can we do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
We would be so good together.
Because then, like, when we're going off the rails, we got Teegan to go, that sounds like a bunch of BS. Hey, can I swear on the radio? Well, this.
Teegan is so awesome.
It felt like 20 minutes, man. It just, was it a full hour?
It was. Well, and they came out just a little bit to make sure that we had time to talk about our handles and stuff. So I love that they cut a little bit of time for that. But honestly, I would love to push it to like the edge. Push it to the edge. Come on.
No, I'm looking forward to next year in the same panel
Yes.
and it growing consistently because I think the people who weren't here, you missed out if you're listening. Great panel discussions, great panelists. I'm sitting here with two of them. What did y'all need? One ugly person?
Why do you got to say that about me, man? Why you got to be like that?
Or two ugly people.
It's pretty much true. And then we lost one other. So that would have helped out. That would have raised the attraction level of the panel. They're like, well, I was going to listen, but it's offsided now. No, this was amazing. Ladies, you killed it. Jason killed it. It all worked together. I added a little spice because we lost one person, so I'm like, I'll add a little spice to this. But I actually think it worked really well. Even though I would have loved to have had Rashi here, I think it worked out really good having a few because then it gives you guys a little more time to share what you thought. And time felt like it.
It flew.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love listening to different people and their work and what they do and deal with because you always take something away from it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like now I'm wondering, should I make my place a family oriented?
Teegan challenged my whole world is crumbling.
I'm gonna go back to the team and say, the hell with y'all. We're not family anymore.
Well, and like Teegan and I talked after, I told her, I love that you did that
so
because
great.
some people won't do that.
Yeah.
They'll just go, I'm on stage, everybody's looking at me, I'm just going to say and stay, kosher and PC. But I love being challenged and I love having it challenged. And like she said, I knew what you meant, but you got to be careful with that because some people, and you're right, they think if they do all this good credit with you, they can kind of abuse you and throw things around. And so there isn't maybe the respect and the proper boundaries because a lot of families don't have proper boundaries. And yeah, but you want people to feel connected with you, which is what you wanted, right? You want people to feel like they belong. And like you said, community. Let's use the word community. Great word. Yeah.
It was great. I loved when we brought up the respect topic because I didn't say that, but it's like in everything that I do personally, and it's like such a fundamental value for me. And you see so many people not, take that seriously, and I don't know.
So many people have been abused and used by corporate organizations and by society. And so it is that I'm out for myself point of view a lot of time. And when you pivot from that, Kate, like you were saying, when it really becomes about building the next person up and building that community of trust and integrity, and we all rise together, it completely changes the dynamic of the community, the business, and the results come with it.
I mean, you can make the argument that this topic or discussion, retention and recruitment is really a focal point. I mean, regardless of where you're at in the state of Wisconsin, we see what the pandemic has done. It totally changed the whole landscape of how we deal with work and our economy, actually. When you see people not going to work, we didn't even touch on hybrid working environments and how we deal with that. So it's so much. I would love to see it be
all day.
Podcast.
There it is.
With
your host, Randy Wilinski moderating, and Teegan dropping F-bombs on you today. We're not dropping gems, we're dropping bombs.
I was glad she did it because normally that's me.
Honestly.
So thank you,
That's
Teegan.
probably why we all got along.
Yes.
That's where the energy was there.
I didn't want to go overboard and stand up.
Preach. So the best thing, and I didn't say it, but because it's like it ran out of time, but I wanted to edify every single one of you because we handpicked every one of you for the unique thing that you brought to it. So that was Teegan's thing. We knew it was going to be blunt and direct, no BS, but high value. We know, Kate, big energy. We know it's going to be the positive. It's the experience. It's what you've done. You bring a ton of experience with that. And then like the state representative level, what you're doing for the state, how you're changing things, thinking a little bigger, but all that stuff applies right inside of your business. So it's like, we had a lot of talent on this one. We recruited a lot of talent. We brought them all in, and I think we do have to do this again.
Well, shout out to you and Jamar for putting this together, man. I mean, it was a great event. I think the first of many. I look forward to all the people who will hate that they missed it.
They should hate themselves. I don't say that a lot, but
Missing out.
do hate yourself. If you you should have but it's not FOMO, because that's like beforehand. It's like regret and despair, missing out. That's how you should
the
feel.
movement, and
That's right.
this is the first of many, and we're building the hype and showing the value, and there certainly was a ton of value for me. I also loved the panel before us was the tech panel.
Very good.
And I loved how so many of the things that they were talking about in changing business and changing their organizations really tied right into ours.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it
it
felt
did.
almost like one panel. Like there was just so many common threads and themes of all, we all shared. And
Yes.
so nice job picking us. 'cause
Hey,
we're all
nice
yeah,
job
we're all
picking you.
awesome.
You did a great job picking this panel.
Well, and this has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, the ambiance, the energy. Next year, you guys have to pair it with a job fair. Like, you have to get
Great.
Milwaukee business owners in here sharing their jobs, sharing what they're doing in the community to
Great
get the
idea.
community involved, because I'm sorry, but people need to put their money where their mouth is at. And if they're actually doing the things that they're going to say that they're doing, they have to put their money behind it.
That's a great idea.
And be here networking and putting themselves out there. Like for us as business owners, the impact is like so much more than you could ever imagine. So I
Absolutely.
agree with you, Teegan.
And I love
Because
that.
now we're all family.
Yes, but with proper boundaries.
With boundaries.
we're a tight knit community. We're like a tribe now. We're a tribe. No, this is amazing. Yeah, we got time. They're kicking us off. They say we talk too much, just like over there. Promise trying to drag us off all the time. These people always trying to corral us.
We just got started.
I just got feeling it. You know what? This was amazing. I would love to grace the stage with you at any point. I had an absolute blast with you. Thank you so much for leading the movement with us.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. This
Cheers
has been
to you,
amazing.
Randy and Forever Media.
Forever Media in the house. We out.
So, wow, that was a lot of amazing stories, amazing experience from everybody. And I'm so glad that I got to share it with you all. And keep following us. You never know who we got on our podcast next. It's going to be incredible. Just doing this is just absolutely phenomenal. Everybody that's a part of this story. And if you heard all of this today, take action. Whatever you're doing, take action. If you learned something, take action. Start today. Make one move. Make one move on it. If you had to make a move, what would it be? And you'd be surprised on how far you can go. Follow us on all social media platforms. We are on all streaming platforms as well for the podcast and on YouTube. And until the next episode, peace.
Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more amazing content that we're going to be putting out. And don't forget, you can change your circle to change your life.